Welcome to Alberta Conservation Association's Harvest Your Own podcast, the resource for everything hunting, navigating through the field, the butcher shop, and the kitchen. Life is all about great food. Let's get started.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Brad Fenson, an avid outdoor enthusiast who has worked as a freelance journalist, photographer, and public speaker for over 3 decades. I have hunted, fished, and foraged all my life and hope to share my passion for the outdoors. Along the way, I want to encourage everyone to harvest wild proteins and enjoy the satisfaction of providing the next meal for your family. Our goal is to educate, entertain, and inspire individuals to get outdoors and create a connection between food, health, and your future meals. Welcome to Harvest Your Own and another episode of BrAdvice or BrAdvice. Today we're going to hit a new topic for Alberta, and that's talking about youth and children that can now hunt with changes to what they call the modernization of the Wildlife Act and regulations. So historically, or in recent years, kids had to be 12 years old to hunt big game. They've now dropped that age limit to 10. But even more significant is the fact that children of any age can hunt upland game birds and migratory waterfowl. There's a lot of things to ask before you take a kid out hunting. Are they interested? Are they ready? Are they physically able to do it? Are they mentally able to do it? There's a lot of things to consider. Let's dive in and have a look at this topic. So, kids that are 10 can hunt big game. The laws and regulations changed so quick that the draw system didn't keep up. 10-year-olds couldn't put in for the draw this year, but they will be able to next year. That will give them an opportunity to hunt big game anywhere in Alberta, take advantage of the limited entry draws, take advantage of partner licenses with other people that do draw. Great opportunities to introduce kids to the wild, to hunting, and get them involved at an early age where they're probably more impressionable and are more likely to stick with hunting as an adult. So the earlier you get them in the hunting game, the longer they're likely to stay in it. Now, the any age for bird hunts is really the big one. You know, I've heard a lot of people celebrate it and say, wow, my kid's ready. You know, we're going to go out grouse hunting and we hope to do some duck hunting and do these things. And others are like, oh, I can't believe that kids are allowed to hunt. Well, the onus is on the parent or the guardian. You have to ask yourself, is the child ready to hunt? And there's a lot to consider. You know, the physical stature of the kid, can they actually hold up a gun and shoot? Mentally is the big one. Are they prepared to actually harvest or kill something and deal with the results? You know, don't take it for granted that everyone's going to be able to deal with this the same. So getting a child ready to even try hunting is really important. There are some great books out there that you can read to your kids about hunting and introducing them to it. It will run through the topics of shooting and accuracy and death, which is also very important. Understanding firearms is important. Now, kids that are under 10 that want to hunt birds do not have to take the hunter education course, but they will by the time they're 10 in order to hunt big game. That means there's a really big job there for parents or guardians. You need to teach them hunter ed from the time they first think they want to pick up a firearm. You know, muzzle control, there's all the 10 commandments of hunter education. And if you're not familiar with them, you better brush up. You know, might be a great opportunity to do an online class with the Alberta Hunter Education Instructors Association, just to give everybody a refresher or some new knowledge. Understanding firearms is critical before you actually give them that gun to shoot. Start with discussions. Create an exercise where you give them a broom handle and have them pick it up like a firearm and keep it pointed in a safe direction. Can they get it out of the case? Can they do it around other people? You know, things like that are going to help prepare them. Start off where there's no recoil. You know, BB guns, pellet guns that have a little bit of a pop but no recoil are really important. And it really helps you to key in on the accuracy aspect. Now, I have a couple girls at home that are really keen on trying hunting. They're very excited about this change. They're 7 years old, so there's limitations. They're not ready to shoot a 20-gauge shotgun. They can't hold it up. The recoil's too much. It would hurt them. So we're starting small. We started with a small frame BB gun that they can shoot and look at accuracy. They actually made their own targets. We drew pictures of rough grouse, and they drew the eye in red. so that they have something to aim at and they can look at what their accuracy is on paper. It's a great exercise because it's a family thing where you get to talk about hunting, you talk about birds, you talk about anatomy, you talk about being able to identify things, all the things that are important, but it's a fun activity. Outside, shooting off a cooler with some bags. Then we went to shooting sticks, going through different scenarios where we can work up to something that simulates hunting in the field. So if we see a rough grouse, can we get up, set up a set of shooting sticks, get a gun on it, and allow them to get a shot opportunity? Same with waterfowl. You know, there's some great tripods that are out there with pivoting heads where you can put the shotgun at a certain height where you expect birds to decoy in and have it pointed outside of an A-frame blind and have kids, you know, maneuver the shotgun back and forth, up and down in a safe manner where they have a support in terms of trying to hold it. Again, gun safety is critical. Knowing how to open the gun, load it, use the safety, know where the safety is, all those things are going to be really important. If you're going to move up to a 410 or other type of gun with some recoil, you need to prepare them from recoil. You know, shoot the gun yourself, see what it feels like, and then simulate it with them with a push into their shoulder with your hand or something else that would seem like the recoil from a 410 or whatever you're going to use. Don't overdo it. Keep it light. Keep it simple, and most importantly, keep it safe. So this is a great time to start with safety, making eye and ear protection a must. When you shoot, you wear eye protection. When you shoot, no matter what it is, you wear hearing protection. You know, for us old guard, we grew up at a time where it wasn't mandatory, and nowadays we kind of wish it was because it does impact our hearing, and it could take our sight away from us. So those types of things are great to teach kids from day one because it just becomes second nature. They're not going to pick up a firearm in the future without having safety glasses and hearing protection. Go through the mechanics of a firearm. That is the basics of a BB gun or pellet gun that is not loaded. Make them respect it as though it is loaded. Again, go back to your hunter education. Make it fun. Don't make it a finger wag or something that is, scary. We want to do this in a learning exercise that is fun, friendly, and most of all safe. Set up targets, let them shoot. Let them shoot lots. Let them shoot until they're tired, and then do it again the next day. If it's really important for you to get your children out hunting, you need to prepare them, and that means spending some time on a range. You can make a pellet trap. There's lots of them online where you can make a frame, hang some carpet, and shoot them safely to stop a pellet. And that's a great way to work on the accuracy and other things that kids need to do before they head into the field. Now, accuracy is not essential at first, but something to work towards. Again, we got our hand-drawn grouse targets, and the girls are going to shoot at those, and I'm hoping they hit the paper. And it's like anyone, when you first start, you have to fine-tune your process. We've talked about trigger control and taking the safety off, keeping the gun pointed in a safe direction. We've drawn pictures and gone through exercises, how to use open sights. We've also gone through exercises with scopes in terms of how the clarity needs to be there on all edges, move their heads back and forth to see through it entirely, to understand how to use sights or optics in order to be accurate and successful. Again, muzzle control. I'm going to bring this up 20 times. No matter what you do, it's always muzzle control, safety. If you're going to go check the targets, you unload the guns, you set them up. This is your opportunity to teach them from day one. You can't rebuild that knowledge. So everything you do in these early steps is very important. The other thing to be aware of is break action shotguns. They seem like a great thing for kids to start with, like a 410 or something like that, but most of them have a hammer. And if a gun doesn't fit a child properly, that hammer is really a major cause of concern because it can come back and hit them in the eye. So, I've got a 410, a bantamweight Mossberg for the girls that has no hammer. It's got a safety on the back of the receiver, not a hammer. And I feel it's much safer. The gun fits them. It's got stocks that can be altered to fit a 7-year-old and then grow with them as they get older. So little things like that. If you can perceive or see a possible hazard or a potential concern, Deal with it ahead of time. Don't wait until there's a problem, or your kids aren't going to want to go out with you. They're not going to want to shoot. They're going to be scared, or something's going to happen. Keep it fun. Shoot as long as they want. This isn't about you, it's about them. You're trying to encourage them. You're trying to get them interested. Spending time with them instead of being on a video game learning how to shoot is a whole lot different. Time in the field, time with a real firearm, time, whether it's a pellet gun, a BB gun, whatever, is critical to get them interested, knowledgeable, safe, and ready for the field. Shoot as much as you can. Pellets are cheap, so that's a great way to start. You can move up to a 22. It's got a little bit more noise. We got to remember, a lot of us that are hunters, the noise and the recoil doesn't bother us. But for somebody starting out, it can be very scary. So start small. It's like training a dog. I remember when I had my first lab, they told you to hit some pots and pans together with a spoon, make some noise around them when they're eating. It just sort of gets them used to things. Well, we talked about using hearing protection. That's critical as well. But you have that on, work up to 22, and then do a shotgun. We want it to be fun, not scary. You get them scared, they're not going to want to go. You could ruin your opportunities further down. There's a correlation between the hunter and the prey, and it's essential that they understand that too. Death isn't always easy for people to deal with, especially a kid. So if they understand where their food comes from, it's one thing. Now, my girls have been with me in the field since they were 18 months old. They see us shoot birds, they run out and pick them up. They've picked up wounded birds. They are familiar with it. It doesn't bother them. When I come home with a deer, they help me skin it, process it. It doesn't bother them. If your kids have never done that, you need to start off light. You need to understand that they've got no experience with it, and make sure that they're comfortable. That's the real big thing. Grow that comfort zone slowly. Don't force it overnight. Let them see the results when they're shooting. Cook some wild game. Tell them where it came from. Let them understand that when you hunt, you can actually put food on your table and share it with people that are around you. So there's a lot to consider. They need to be physically ready in order to hold the gun and be safe, and they need to be mentally ready to deal with hunting and what it means when you actually harvest an animal. So are the parent or guardian ready? Make sure you understand these things. Don't take it for granted that you're just going to run out there and teach your kids without having some hiccups. It's a slow process. It's an important process, but take your time, make it fun, and they'll be with you for the rest of your life in the field. The real critical message that I'd like to share with people is this is about your kids having fun and about their goals. It's not your goals, so don't force them to do things that you want to see. It's going to have to come naturally. I'm really excited. I want my girls to go. I'd like to jump in with both feet, get them out there. I'd love to see them shoot grouse and pheasants and ducks. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. I want them to learn how to use a firearm proficiently, get accurate, and then get into the field. So remember, listen to them carefully. Make it be their goals and not yours. And on that note, we're going to bring in Adeline Fenson.
Hi.
My 7-year-old, who is very excited about these new laws. Are you ready to hunt this fall?
Yeah.
Are you ready to actually shoot something?
No, because I still need to practice.
Oh, well, that's a very good answer. And we're going to practice more right after this podcast, are we not?
Yes,
We got the BB gun and an air gun. Yeah. And I actually have a Marlin Papoose 22 that we can alter the stock even more to get it down to the right size for you.
Yes.
And then you have your Bantam 410 Mossberg pump shotgun.
And I also colored a rough grouse for a target.
Yes, and that rough grouse target is going to come in very handy to teach you how to
shoot.
And shoot accurately, right? Because we want to shoot them and make sure we kill them clean. We don't want to wound anything, right?
Yeah.
So accuracy is really important. But you girls, man, you learn quick.
Like once when my dad was gone and we were having dinner, a rough grouse flew into our window, and I used my knife to skin it.
Yes, you actually cleaned it because you'd helped me so many times. That was pretty amazing. You're a great girl to have around.
Yes.
Yeah, not only at home but in the field when we're hunting, because you've retrieved lots of birds and you understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So, any advice for people out there that want to get started? No, you don't have any? Should people just make it fun? Was it fun drawing the pictures?
Yeah.
Is it fun to shoot?
Yeah.
Then let's go have some fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening this week. Take the time to get your kids and your family outdoors with you. It'll be a reward that lasts with you a lifetime.
And it's fun.
Thanks for tuning in to some BrAdvice. We hope to inspire people to reconnect with nature and appreciate where your food comes from by harvesting your own. For more information on getting started or to learn specifics about the Field to Fork experience, visit harvestyourown.ca and follow on Facebook and Instagram. Check back often for new material, recipes, and videos that are posted regularly. Please subscribe to Harvest Your Own podcast and take the time to rate and review the show to help us build a dedicated core of passionate hunters as our regular audience. Until next time, embrace the outdoors and all it has to offer. Thanks for joining us.